Hi everyone, Hayden from Little Green Alien. It's been a minute since I've done a Toy War, so let's do one today. Today I'm going to be comparing the Starbeam Stinky Pete and the Mattel Stinky Pete. Nowadays, both of these are pretty hard to find. The Starbeam one, I was lucky I got him for $15 on Mercari. If you ever find one for a price that low, like $10, $15, $20, I'd buy it because even if you don't want it, you could resell it for a lot more. Like, people will pay like 60, 70, 80, even $100 for one of these. It's crazy. And this Mattel one I actually got for $20 when he came out. But nowadays people are selling it for like 50, so you could double your money there if you find one for 20. The Mattel Stinky Pete also came with this Woody. And the box actually looks different than the box I have. The box that he comes in looks like this. But as you can see, I cut the part that had Woody in it on the box. And the back of the box looks like this. I mean, it's pretty cool that it has Stinky Pete there. Doesn't look like the one from the movie at all. But, it doesn't look bad. And, I mean, at least the front of the box looks pretty good. So, anyways, I'm actually going to take Stinky Pete out of the box for the Toy War because, the Starbeam one doesn't come in a box, so I'll compare them both out of the box. So as you can see, the Starbeam one is a little taller, so that's definitely better. But unfortunately, neither of them scale with the Toy Story collection toys. Like, you can see the Woody. You can see him sitting down is like about as tall as they are. And I mean, whenever you stand him up, like, he's way taller than these Stinky Pete's. So that's a downside. But I mean, the Starbeam one is a little taller, so I guess he's a better height. But, the Mattel Stinky Pete is definitely better for stop motion. You can pose him in a lot of different ways. The legs are pretty posable, too. He does come with this axe as well. I don't think the Starbeam one did. But the Starbeam one can't even hold it because his hands are plush. So I'll just set the axe there. So honestly, I don't really know which one I like better. I like them both for different reasons. I like the Mattel one because he's posable, but I like the Starbeam one because, I mean, he's more accurate in a way because he's plush. And it's just like more like the one we see in the movie, but not exactly. Neither of their hats come off, but that's fine because, I mean, he doesn't even take his hat off in the movie. So I don't really know why you would need his hat to come off. Unfortunately, with the Starbeam one, his head's really floppy, like I think a little too floppy. And he's just kind of like filled with little beans. He's kind of like filled with the same things a beanbag would be filled with, so he kind of feels like a beanbag in a way, but it's still pretty cool. Just wish the head wasn't so floppy, but it's not that big of a deal. The face sculpts on both of them look pretty good. I don't really know which one I like better. I feel like the Starbeam one more replicates the toy mode. But I do feel like the Mattel one is pretty good too. And I'm trying to see if the Starbeam one has the golden tooth. I don't really see it, but I do see a golden tooth on the Mattel one. So that's pretty cool. If you look really closely, I'll try to show you. See the gold tooth. And let's see, yeah, this one doesn't really have it. See, the head's not really squishy on the Starbeam one. Also do like the bandana. Looks exactly like Woody's shirt. Also on the back of them, you can see the Starbeam one has the patch, but better yet, the Mattel one has the patch and the pull string, so that's pretty cool. And of course, the bandana on the Mattel one is missing the stripes. I do like how it's like stuck on him so it can't move. And I guess I meant to say missing the red in the stripes because, I mean, it has the stripes. They're, like, engraved in there, but it's missing the red on the stripes. So that's a downside. But, I mean, it's the same thing with the Woody from Mattel. So, honestly, I don't really know which one I like better. They're both good, but they're both bad because, they're not big enough. And I just really would like to have a Stinky Pete that matches with the Toy Story collection toys. There's no phrases on either of them, so there's really no comparing that. Really, I don't know which one's better. It's kind of a personal preference. It's like Do you want one that's plush and a little bigger? Do you want one that is posable? You can make live actions with him, but he is a lot smaller. And honestly, if you were to use a green screen with him, you might be able to make him the same size as Woody in the video. I mean, of course, he wouldn't really be the same size, but with a green screen, you can change the size of things. So, I mean, you could just Photoshop him into a picture of the Roundup Gang, and, he wouldn't look too bad. So that's an idea for anyone who wants to take pictures with Stinky Pete. Honestly, now that I said that, I might be taking some, so, maybe you'll see one on my community tab soon. Hopefully the green screen works with Stinky Pete. So, there's no phrases, so I don't have to compare those. I don't really know what else to compare, honestly. I mean, it's really a personal preference. Like, I will say one thing that does bother me is the boots and hands are plush on here, but I mean, what do you expect for a cheap plush? I don't really think Starbean had the intent to make the most movie accurate Stinky Pete from any company, but since there aren't too many, maybe they did make the most movie accurate Stinky Pete from any movie. Also, I know a lot of you probably want to see it, so we're going to put the Starbean one in the Mattel box and see how he looks. Honestly, not bad. Not bad at all. Honestly, I would actually kind of like to get another Mattel Stinky Pete and make a box for the Starbean one. I mean, they're hard to find now, so I could probably just use this one interchangeably between the two, but that would be pretty cool to have a box for the Starbean one. And he fits in the Mattel box pretty well, actually. He looks pretty good. I didn't know he would even look that good in there. But this box does go to the Mattel Stinky Pete, so I'll just put him back in there. And anyways, I know it wasn't really the greatest toy war, but those are just a little bit of a comparison between the two. I think I might be the first person to do this, and honestly, I might be like one of the only people in the world to own both of these, because, they're very hard to find. Well, anyways, let me know in the comments which one you guys think is better and why, because I'd like to see what all you have to say about this. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys. Have a nice day.